And you're tuned in to the chat right here on City TV. We're live from Alisa Hotel, Northridge. And Alisa is telling you that every Sunday, spend it with us here at Alisa Hotel. Because at the Atlantic Restaurant in Alisa Hotels, you'll be welcome with a complimentary drink and serenaded with soothing live band music. To appreciate our cherished customers, there'll be exciting gifts to be won at your Drop Your Card and Win promo. So this is happening this Sunday, the 10th of October. So simply come in with your complimentary card, drop it at the front, and you just might be walking home with something very exciting, courtesy Alisa Hotel. The rate is just 165 Ghana Cedi. So please pass through Alisa Hotel this and every Sunday at the Atlantic Restaurant, and please have a great time with your friends, family, and everyone. Now, getting into the conversation now shortly, and let me call on the Caution Cocktail Bar mixologist, Bright, to bring us our cocktail of the week. So today's cocktail is named Celestial Ale. Is inspired by celebrity guest Celestine Donker, who will be joining us a little later on in the show. And of course, the ingredients: orange juice, hibiscus syrup, Good Day Energy Drink, which is our proud sponsor, and allowing us refresh ourselves as we go into a very interesting conversation. Still with me right here on the show is Emmanuel Olele Salvador. He's the host of City Countdown on City TV. Robert Clark, CEO, Dance Terra, and Dance God Lloyd, choreographer, co-founder, DWP Academy. Now we're talking about the dance industry, which is one of the most important parts, or a very huge component in the entertainment ecosystem, which necessarily doesn't receive as much attention as the other sectors do. And we're going to be talking right here on the show about the state of Ghana's dance industry. So gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. But starting off with the importance of dancers in the entertainment ecosystem. We see them in the videos, we see them do great performances on stage, but sometimes it seems to be an afterthought. Is it that the dancers are not an important part of the grand scheme of a performance, or we just don't place enough emphasis on them? I'll start with you, Robert.
Thank you. So dancers are part of the grand scheme of everything performance, everything theater. As a matter of fact, within the arts, there are 7 divisions. And in the 7 divisions, under theater, you have dance. And then in there, you have all the performing arts elements and stuff like that. But then again, you come to elements like the cinema, which is one of the divisions in there. And you'd realize that dance doesn't just sit within that one division, it sits in multiple divisions. So even when you come to music, it still plays, because music is one of the divisions within the 7. And so dance is heavy and it cuts across because it works with music. And you get to enjoy, not necessarily from the stage if you're performing live. I mean, theater is about, things that you're doing on stage live in front of a live audience. But then even when it's canned, as in music videos or even when it's in movies whatsoever, you still have dance playing a role. If dance is that vital and it's part of our traditional setting, like who we are, what we do in terms of celebrations that we do, or passage of rites, all these elements, there's somehow, somewhere you find dance appearing. If it's not being featured on major platforms, it means that we as a people are still yet to understand and harness dance and use it for what it's meant for. And that is the reason why, as a country, you could say that we even slept on our own to becoming a global phenomenon, even though we added our own syllabus, or we made a contribution to the world dance syllabus.
Absolutely.
We still slept on it because there wasn't any concerted efforts, because we couldn't harness it, we couldn't use it, we didn't understand its value and what it could even mean to the ecosystem, within the art space globally. So yes, it's vital, but I think that it's not. Maybe we haven't appreciated it too much.
And I want to talk about the circumstances that has led to the lack of appreciation of dance in the ecosystem as it is, because we see them in giving us great content on social media, on stage, in theater, in music videos. But when it comes down to the welfare and the placing of emphasis or the paying the right dues to these dancers, it becomes a conversation altogether. But let me come to you, Lily. Contributions that have led to the decline of prominence or being placed on the dance industry. What do you think has counted to this or for this?
I've always maintained that the enablers of the industry we find ourselves in have no interest whatsoever in what we do. Even to an extent, music. We wait until one of us makes it out there, and then you see the enablers come out to say, oh, hey, yeah, from Ghana, yeah, representing Ghana, you know? Like, we wait until somebody has to go through the sweat to break through before we contribute. We do not want to contribute from the set go. And I'm glad that Dance God is here. He and his team are doing a brilliant job. You ask them, the last time the president applauded them for featuring in Beyonce's video, what has happened next? Nothing. Do you see what I'm talking about? So we only like to celebrate what is fueled by petrol fire. As soon as it's quenched, it's quenched. Whatever we do after, we don't care. And you want to applaud those who are still doing the art because they have seen the vision, they've recognized the dream, and they still want to put Ghana on their back. Some people have left the country to go and pursue this out elsewhere because there are systems in place to help them. But time and time again, we feel like we become an afterthought, you know. And I'm talking about the whole entertainment ecosystem, where dance in this regard has become a topic of discussion. You look at these guys who are pulling extremely good numbers on their social media handles without a sponsor. You look at these guys who have had the opportunity by virtue of grace and hard work, have been recognized by international media organizations, and yet, still on this side, we don't seem to know what the problem is. So sometimes I wonder, is it an issue of policy, or is it an issue of we have better things to focus on? Because if really it's about policy, then we need to check the policies again. And if it's about focusing on things, I think they are focused on the wrong things. Because time and time again, we've talked about how entertainment could contribute to the global ecosystem of this country, how it would benefit the economic value added to some of the things we do. When Beyonce came down to have these guys feature in her video, the whole nation became one. Why do we have to wait till some of these things happen before we decide to have conversations like these? How many dance clubs do we have in the country? No disrespect to our sports and the football, where the ministry is looking to build astroturfs and that, but how many dance studios do we have? If you listen to their story, they've had to rent a number of studios all over the place just so that they could carry their assignment, so to speak. And there have been conversations. Why isn't there the intentional effort to put these guys out there? And for me, that's a problem. And that is why we will come back, have this conversation, it will die out until one of them breaks the news internationally. And it shouldn't be.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
it shouldn't
true.
be.
And Robert, I will come to you about what policy direction has been in terms of the dance industry and maybe your observations looking back over the years and the development of the dance industry in Ghana. But let me come to you, Dance God Lloyd. You started off and have literally attained international success. Now, how was it like starting off as a dancer in Ghana in the early years?
It was very challenging, you know. There was no dance crew that I knew of when I started dancing. It was, so I heard about a movie, 1432, the dance movie from Ghana. Ask me where it ended. We couldn't, just the premiere, that's all.
Wow.
Do you understand? So that's what actually motivated me to dance again. I used to play football.
Really?
Yes.
So
yes.
had you not pursued your dance career, you'll probably be on a football club
trust
somewhere
me.
around the world.
Yeah, it was a new thing to me. So when I saw, I was like, yo, I want to be part of this. So I contacted people who ignored me, but I found a way to enter. And when I came back, I saw amazing dancers and people acting, dancers who could act. Wow. You know, speaking good English and all of that.
Wow.
So yeah, I was really, really motivated. But trust me, I went through a lot. It died off. The love for it died off. So I had to find myself, look for the right people, pray for the right people, still rehearse, get the inspiration. Where can I get that? Social media. I use social media a lot, learning a lot. Use my YouTube and my Instagram. That was like, I was very fresh. I was using some Asha 102B. You know, I could visit my friends just to go on social media. That's how crazy I wanted to be part of you know, the successful dancers, you know. Yeah, so I met this one guy, Quabbles. He introduced so many things to me, how to brand as a dancer, what to say, you know, not just go to any shoot or go do any performance. So I was really, really enjoying the process.
Okay.
You know.
But in general, sorry to cut you, in general, how do dancers get their gigs? Is there an agency that books? Is it literally by word of mouth? Hey, I'm doing a music video. Hey, I'm doing a production. Come join.
Personally, I use my social media. Okay. So the more I post,
the more bookings come. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it lucrative?
Yes. Now it is very, very lucrative because a lot of they are putting up good videos with good quality. They are dancing well, they are dressing well, they speak well, they are learning. So it's very, very lucrative.
But in the beginning,
it wasn't.
What was the lowest amount you ever got?
50 cedis. Yes.
Was that just you or you and your
For us, yeah, 50
How
cedis.
many were you?
We were 3 guys. Wow. Yeah.
What year was this?
2017, 2016, 2017. Yeah.
And how long were you on set for?
The whole day, till the next day sometimes.
And you were
we were just having fun. We were not thinking about the money at that point. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Now let me come to you, Robert. You looking at the observation of the industry over the last few years and seeing the developments that have been going on in it, has policy direction or should I say the gatekeepers of the industry been fair in their treatment of the dance industry, and what has been the general policy direction for dancers in this country?
Okay, what I can say for now is that based on my experience, I know there's a lot of I don't think much has gone in. When I was coming here, I wanted to quickly go over the culture policy, just to be sure that I have on my fingertips exactly what's in there. And you could clearly see how there are clear things written about things to be done by the Commission on Culture, the partnerships that they are supposed to be doing, the seminars, the workshops, how they are supposed to intentionally pay attention to people within the arts in the schools, how they are supposed to weave it in the curriculum, how they are supposed to, they have information for what they want to do in terms of out of the formal institution of the educational system and then within the educational system.
Okay, but I'll come right back to you on that point, Robert. So we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be looking a bit more into the policy direction and, of course, how other aspects of the dance industry have been in terms of the traditional dancers and everyone else in the dance ecosystem, and a lot more coming up on the chat. You're tuning into the chat with AJ Sapo, and proudly brought to you by Good Day Energy Drink. Now, getting straight into the conversation on policy direction for the dance industry over the last few years. Robert, so there's a grand document that is supposed to dictate this.
Yeah, so this is the cultural policy of Ghana.
Wow.
National Commission on Culture. So one of our meetings I went a while back. That's when I got hold of this. So I took time to read it. And in here, you would see exactly what has been spelled out about education and culture, what they want to do with it. The fact that, cultural education shall be pursued with a threefold strategy: the formal education in schools, colleges, and universities, special education for creative and talented individuals to produce artists, craftsmen, women administrators and advocates in all areas of arts and culture. Then we have public education, workshop, public forums, publications, and media for the benefit of general public officials, including policy makers and administrators. So this is a threefold strategy. Before, when you come down, you have the formal education, how they intend to do it, collaborating with Ministry of Education, etc., and relevant bodies to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. And then they now have special education for creative artists. Special education. So what they will do? So special art schools and conservatories.
Special art schools.
Yep, all of that. It's in here. So policy exists, and then we have public and informal education, which basically takes care of all of this, like television, radio, everything is here. A number of pages, yeah. But once you read it, you actually see it's a lot of work have gone into this, and so policy exists. But I think that the baseline here is how to, just like many of the other things that we have in our statutes, how to activate these elements. And so somebody would say, so are dancers aware of this? Are they activating it? So maybe on that side, we could say that, yeah, we need to be aware of this so we can activate the elements. So that is what we are trying to do right now. And I should say that we are in a good space to begin to, get conversations going on, like platforms like this. Because even if you guys are not discussing dance, then where are we heading towards? Because see, Bernard is on morning show, discussing pertinent issues, and that gets things, causes things to be done. So if we begin to have conversations of this nature, then we can address this. You see, if we talk about career in Ghana, people don't even mention, or when we talk about professions, people don't even mention dance as a profession. But if you can just identify dance as a profession, you probably clearly say over 1 million plus people are employed.
Yeah.
And if you can clearly say that, then it means that you can now start thinking about tax. Even if you want to think about tax, then you can think about that. That instantly drops the unemployment rate because people are already dancing.
Right.
They just need to find structures and put in place for it to become a profession that is, providing some form of livelihood, that decent job, so to say, and then your life goes on. So there are quite a number of things that needs to be done, and we are working on them. But then I think that the structures themselves are not in place to support. Some of them we need to actually create the structures. As we see here right now, dance is part of the Olympics. Yes, 2024, there will be dance within the Olympics that will be done at Paris.
Wow.
And Ghana must now work on itself to get to that particular place. So as I said here, I'm working with the authorities involved to be able to project dance sport, that is what it's called, so that we can create the necessary structures. I have something designed and stuff like that, so that at the end of the day, we can have the majority of the people play within this space, so that everything that is available within the world of dance sports people can enjoy it within the dance space. So again, so this is something that doesn't really work here, doesn't exist because here, but we're trying to introduce it so that things fall in place. So policies, yes, they are policies, and we wish that they'll be given legs. We hope that legs are given to them, but we are not waiting. What we know and what we can do, we are actually going to activate them and get it done because it must be done.
Are there enough dance associations, and is the membership such as everyone is able to take part in or be a part of it?
There are dance associations, but they don't cover everything. So what it is that there is a Ghana Dance Association. They are heavy on traditional dance elements, like traditional dance stuff. So yeah, exactly. So they have there's a cultural forum that's usually most of them are affiliated with, and there are a few things that they do internationally here and there, but it doesn't go to the masses of the people. So there's another dance association that we've created, and the idea is to now bring a lot of people on board. I founded that, but then what we are looking at is we want to learn from the mistakes of the other associations, and we needed to put in structures because dance sits within two ministries. The future of dance is dance sports, and so it's dance as in sports, so we are within the sports area, and then dance as a culture, so we are also under the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Arts and Culture. So then it took some time to be able to find the perfect balance, to be able to guide the activities that we'll be doing. And so that has been sorted out. So you will hear from this particular time, there'll be a lot of meetings happening, things that we're supposed to be doing, some leaders who will take the mantle up and stuff like that. The structure is now in place, so we are going to run with it. And hopefully majority of the young folks who are within the space who want to take their dance to the next level, we can address some of these things. Some of the things that are pending right now is pension. When you take you are in a formal structure, a formal system, your pension is paid for.
Yes.
Automatically. You don't even think about it. State contributions happening.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got a pension paid for? State contribution?
But I'm not on pension.
It's not a pension, but what I'm trying to say is whether or not it's happening.
To start paying.
Exactly.
For it,
Because if we are not paying for it, then at what point will it get started, and then when do we start benefiting from it? So if you are not in that system, then we have issues. So we started conversations with Access Pension to begin to understand what can be done, and then how we can, get the informal sector to be part of this. Then we also talk to, the insurance company to see how they can. These legs are supposed to be insured.
True.
You shouldn't just go and dance and then, that kind of stuff, issues happen. So we are trying to put all of these things in place by understanding the space and working with the various stakeholders that we can to be able to help the industry work properly. And once we do that, then it becomes way easier for people to be able to, function as dancers. One of the things that I've also tried to explain to the people is that the life cycle of a dancer, or let me say up to 30 to 35 years, you may probably stop dancing because you lose your dance appeal. And then you may probably, either you probably be a teacher, or you be a coach, or you be, that kind of stuff. Because when you lose your dance appeal, then you can't be the frontliner dancer anymore. Now, what that means is that you need to find something to do. So how do you integrate to the workforce?
Now, that's the question. Dance God Lloyd.
Yeah.
Is dancing your primary source of income? Because last week we had a conversation about instrumentalists, and a lot of them had the notion that you need to have other streams of income to supplement your core job as theirs way of being an instrumentalist. Now, as a dancer, can you just live on your dance income alone, or do you have to think of other ways to supplement your income?
So I have a good team.
Okay.
So aside the dancing, I'm able to create. So I'm an influencer as well. And I use my career or my craft to get money from that side as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, with the new school dancers, I mean, the social media, everything goes viral and all of that. Are there other digital means, apart from influencing? Is there a way that you get money off your views? Is there royalties that come in some way for your videos?
I've added music to
Yes.
the dance. So when people listen to it, I'm making some money. It's on all digital platforms.
I know, and I love your music.
Yeah,
But
and
what
my
made
YouTube also. Come again.
What made you want to go into music?
Just to support the team. I have co-founder of DWP, so just to support the fans.
I like that.
Yeah. And also the family, very important.
Let me quickly add something to that particular area.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, first of all, these guys have done extremely well.
Honestly.
And I've said it on our platforms, and I'll still say it here again. You see, there are several ways that if you are in music, you enjoy, you get money off your streams, your performances, your endorsements, your merchandise, name them, a few other things, right? When you are into dancing, you get it from being an instructor, being a performer, obviously endorsements, which is also enjoying from, and then and a few other merchandise, because you've got your own, you got your clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the streams, the problem we have is this. YouTube recognizes fundamentally the music that you are using for your performance.
So not necessarily. So it doesn't come straight to you.
So there's somebody who got over 1 million views and got $3.
What?
Wow.
Yes, because the system, the algorithm focused on the music. So when Lloyd so one of the sessions that we had
I have 1 million views on my, and I didn't make any money.
So
No money.
No
Exactly.
money. I didn't make anything.
So you don't get money from YouTube?
Yeah.
So no,
got
until they
copyright.
introduced a song that is for them. Then based on the fact that the song is for them, if you have 1 million views, then the stream, the whatever it translates to in terms of the streams, it comes to you. So that's one of the biggest challenges we had. So during our last year's festival, I had somebody from YouTube, one of the YouTube experts, to come and have a conversation about that with us. Because see TikTok, like Instagram and stuff, music is like dancing is what's doing the magic on these platforms.
Yeah.
And these guys can't make money off it.
Because they're using the songs of other people.
Wow.
Exactly. You understand? Meanwhile, you see, but music itself is a composite product.
Right.
Right? So within music, you have what? you can talk about split sheets for
sheets,
music.
yeah.
Why can't we also have split sheet for
For the dancers.
dancers? So that when he puts something
Yes.
out there,
And then
Performance
it
Exactly.
publicizes your
Yeah,
music.
some artists do that
Performance
actually.
rights.
You know,
some
Okay,
artists.
exactly.
I know some artists that do that.
so at the end of the day, well, that's one of the things that I want. I've already spoken to Mr. Simons, who is the acting president of Musica. I've told him that for this year when we are doing a dance festival, one of the things I want us to have in terms of conversation is artists and dancers. What can we do to, because these guys need to get money off what they are doing, because it's an incredible job, like a lot of good things on the internet, and then they don't get anything.
Some
out of it.
people
Which
do.
is incredible.
Some people drop songs that are not
Very
you know,
popular.
yeah.
But because of your
But because of the-
moves
yes.
and
Exactly.
dancing,
Yes.
it goes viral.
Yes.
You don't get anything for
No.
that.
Some of them
Are
come
you
for free. Some of
serious?
them also pay chicken change.
Because they just pay you a pittance for you to
Yeah.
publicize the song.
Exactly.
And then at the end of the day, the song blows and you get nothing.
Yeah,
This is incredible.
that's crazy.
So, because I was always under the illusion that because you started music, maybe it's a situation where I'm behind the scenes, but I need to be in front of the scenes. I always assumed that was like, it's time for me to make that progression to becoming the star rather than becoming
have
the
their
dancer.
music. They needed
But
their
you
music.
need the music to
Yeah.
actually make you earn money off your
Yeah.
dance.
Yes,
Yeah.
necessary.
So for those that cannot make music, they are at the losing end.
Yes,
Some
that's
people
what it is.
actually collaborate with DJs. So you make the beats, and then you know
Okay.
beat makers. Yeah.
And
So,
that's the
yeah.
only way
Yeah,
to
that's
be
the
able to.
only. That's the only way.
But they need
for
to
now.
spend money to earn money.
Yeah. I mean, if it's business, then
Very,
it's business.
very
So those are
interesting.
some of the things about this whole space. So the platform or these platforms that are enabling all the streamings, the monetization, etc., are not designed to support dance.
Yes.
They feed off dance, but they are not designed for dancers to make money off it. And that's the
Wow.
problem.
Wow.
If you're able to create the spreadsheet with whoever or go into an agreement, then that's fine. But beyond that, on your own, you lie bad.
AJ, I want to ask
Please.
him something though. So, you know when you collaborate with an artist, right, and you are filling up the form to the DSPs, right? You put the individuals who are part of the song, right? Isn't there a way that you could add the dancers? So, for example, Dance God Lloyd as an artist, even though he's not on the song, but he is a dancer of the song that has made the song go viral. Can't they go back to the DSP and say, okay, now he's part of the contributors of the song? For the meantime, whilst we wait to get something, sustainable
So he has a song with Becca. You have his name there as, okay, so it is them, like he's part of the artist in there. I think that works perfectly.
Right.
But if I'm going to have my own song, I've done my video, I've shot everything, and I put it out there, that is where my focus is. If somebody else uses a portion of my song and then does some beautiful dance piece to it, and then it goes viral. At the end of the day, Charlie.
Because
And I created the song.
You
It's
understand?
my
I-
intellectual
so-
property.
I'm just looking at the young child in Choco or Bukom who's excited and crazy about dance. And I know the DWP, apart from Dance God Lloyd, have identified pockets of these great dancers and created YouTube channels for them, right? So now they are dancing to the world, hoping to get noticed and all that, but they're not making money.
That's how sad it is.
So I'm looking. So where's the benefit?
Where's
You
the-
know, like how?
Join
how
us to ask it.
how do we
so
cross? How do
so
we cross
that's the
that
reason
line?
why I said that it was necessary for dancers and the musicians group, the musicians union. So our group is DASPAG, Dancers and Dance Sport Association of Ghana. We call it DASPAG, and we need to have a conversation with the musician union to see what we can come up with in terms of agreements. Yes, just so that people can make.
Wow.
Charlie, of all the dances that you do, like how many? The guy is over 1 million followers.
Yes.
Over 1 million
Yeah.
followers on Instagram.
That's crazy.
Over 1 million followers.
And
The
it's
highest
not
in Ghana
translating
as
to your
with
pocket.
respect to dance. Oh, Charlie.
This is, I am shocked.
Serious.
I really am.
Serious.
Now, what is next for dancers, and how can we now bring or elevate the conversation? What is the next likely step to happen? The conference is set to happen soon. It's going to be this year or next year?
Oh, it's gonna be this year. Actually, so the idea was, okay, so in the past what we've been doing is that we do conferences where we come together at one place and then have conversations. But I want the conversations to move from these small conferences. I want it to be on platforms like this so that more people can hear about it.
Right.
So we can get, Ghana hearing what we also like. They should know about it so that if support is required to come from different places, it will come. So this is not just going to be on City TV. It's going to be on all like a lot of other platforms. Yeah, because I think that dance deserves to be discussed, and we need to discuss the various aspects. There are so many problems. How many people have finished School of Performing Arts that we know that we know and we can say are dancers and they represent dance? This is Dance God Lloyd, not from the School of Performing Arts. So how many people have come from the School of Performing Arts? Where are they? What is happening? Why aren't they the stars that we are all looking up to? So academia and industry, there's a little bit of disconnect. We need to be able to. There are so many things, but we are not allowing them to sleep. We are going to pick these issues. We are going to go to the forefront, the people involved. We are going to talk to them. If we need to bring the media in the space, we'll get the media. We'll talk about them. We'll, whatever we need to do, we are going to. And that's a call. That's what we are trying to do. So we have the issues before us, and from the association fronts, we are going to stretch ourselves to to do whatever we can to be able to make sure that it works, so that we can put some structures, even if not for ourselves, at least for the generations coming. At least they should be able to see some structure and work with it, because a lot.
I just want to quickly chip in that based on the policy thing here, which is a very important thing, right? Back in the day in school, every secondary school had a dance champion or a dance group. But we never saw the transition.
It doesn't. That's also a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Dancing.
So,
but the truth is, he is coming from that background.
Yeah.
You understand?
So that's how you started.
Yes.
You see, so that means the template is there.
I love
the
that.
template is
And there are many more. There are many
there are
more
lots
folks
of
like that.
people,
Who are like that.
Yeah. So there are quite a number of things that we are going to be introducing to be able to take care of this, because the talents come from these schools, and then they get truncated because everybody feels like there's no future for it. So we have a structure for this. Very soon, I've spoken to. There are a few people we've spoken to, but we'll probably come and have a conversation about that one alone.
I look forward to it.
That's huge. That's a very elaborate project.
And we definitely will plan on supporting in every way, shape that we can. But finally, Dance God Lloyd, what can we expect from DWP? What new thing is coming up? How can people get interactive with you?
Okay, so we are dropping our dance album.
Oh, okay.
It's called
When is this?
Aquento.
When is this
The
happening?
Journey, next year.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a big deal for us. It's going to change our lives and the lives of inspire the youth. Do you understand? So it has to be. We have to put in more work. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, and we just got nominated for Afrima.
Congratulations!
Yes. One
This
corner
is
there.
exciting.
Yeah.
This is very, very exciting. We look forward to even more big things. Of course, people can just reach out to DWP Academy
And we are
on
doing
Instagram.
a world tour as well.
Okay, big things are gone. We love it.
That's what the world told me. COVID like by this time.
Oh, Charlie.
Slowly.
But that's good. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
through.
so
Robert Clark, always a pleasure having you in here. Olele, it's always good to have you in the studio. Of course, Dance God Lloyd has got music on all social media streaming platforms. So please go stream Dance God Lloyd's music. Support DWP Academy on YouTube, on social media, and of course, keep supporting the arts and the dancers.